I just don't think about it, basically, is what she I just don't think about it, basically, is what she said. I just don't think about it, basically, is what she said.
Heart that in 2.5 years we've gone back into huge deficits and debt, and jobs are down and people are falling back into poverty. I just find that heartbreaking.
That's her problem with the Bush administration.
You know what? Really, none of that is important, what she cares or does in her private life with Bill Clinton, but it is fascinating to think that somebody, like these women who get cheated on over and over again and they put up with it, they say that most abused women really always want to believe their man is going to change. That's what they say. That's what we have to rely on, guys. Right. When we're cheating, you got to know you probably can get away with it if you do a bunch of mea culpas.
Well, you know what? But Bill was actually practicing what men are supposed to practice, the never admit.
Right.
Unfortunately, he was the president.
Yeah.
She bought every lie.
Exactly. He would have gotten away with it. But everybody, and as men, I was disgusted to see so many attorneys going after the guy. Like, I'm like, hey, aren't you guys? Like, what guy wants to bust a guy who, because he was president, they got carried away?
Really, guys? I mean, come on.
Yeah, but
he had lied to her for 20 years about Jennifer Flowers.
I know.
And she didn't find out until the Monica thing.
And you know what? She was happy.
Yeah, let her live.
It was that goddamn Linda Tripp. I tell you, I had it all figured out. I would love to do an interview with Bill Clinton where he could just be himself. And I just go, Bill, you had it so down.
You are the man.
You're the man. And like these guys totally turn you. I know. I was relying on the fact that these guys were men. What kind of men are they? A bunch of homos.
And it was guys who had affairs of their own who turned them.
When he was like 2 inches from me and I was backstage at that concert for New York after 9/11, it was weird. Like he walked by and I was like, I wasn't even thinking like, hey, there's the ex-president. I was just like, wow, there's a guy he's a total player. Like, he knows how to work the room. He was almost in Bon Jovi's pants.
Right. Well, you notice on the weekend, now that her book is coming out and all this stuff about Monica again, every picture is of him looking at some girl. The other day it was Kim Cattrall, and then he was speaking at some graduation, and a woman who's sitting on the side of the stage had her legs crossed, and his eyes are right on her legs.
Yeah, he knows how to play it. It's just these dudes turn them in. I couldn't believe it was other guys. He should just pull these lawyers and say, listen, of course I cheated. What are you guys doing? I know if I look into your backgrounds, you did too. What guy's going to admit he cheats to his wife?
None.
A dummy. I know guys who've done that.
Really?
I know guys who felt so guilty they went up to their wives and told them, and you know what? You ask every one of them, is the dumbest goddamn thing you could have done.
You never can get past it.
JFK cheated. He got away. She knew, but she didn't know. You know what I mean? She was like,
she knew.
But she could.
Went about her
it's a
business.
game. That's all.
She knew. She just had luncheons at the White House.
LBJ was banging more chicks than anybody.
And Lady Bird was planting flowers.
Right. Stupid broad.
What about?
She dead yet, or is she still alive?
Isn't she still here? She's about 100 years old.
Somebody ought to interview her.
What about FDR? He was in a wheelchair, still working it out.
Well, you read this new book on Kennedy. He was the sickest man on earth, but he was still banging.
Yeah. Somehow his back didn't hurt when he was banging. Which shows you that back pain is all in your head.
Really?
Yeah. Suddenly, when there's a chick involved, your back straightens out.
He feels a lot better.
Yeah. What is it, Cabbie?
Yo, Hillary Clinton's a bitch.
Why?
Well, in her book, supposedly she claims she's like, she puts herself on the same level as Nelson Mandela for forgiving Bill Clinton. I mean, Christ almighty, Nelson Mandela sat in prison for, 30 years?
And he couldn't do anything about it.
I love when Cabbie gets political.
Yeah.
So much listening to Cabbie logic.
Her husband got a Hummer from some intern or whatever Monica was, and he dropped his love all over her dress, and now she's Nelson Mandela, and she's used her fame.
Did she really say that she's Nelson Mandela?
She said, if Nelson Mandela could forgive, then I can.
So
all right. So it doesn't mean she's comparing. She's saying she uses him as an example.
Yes.
Saying that if here's a man who had horrible atrocities done to him.
Yeah.
He had it. She's not comparing herself to Nelson Mandela.
She's not saying that it was like.
Oh, I must have missed that part.
Having suffered apartheid.
As someone who's been misquoted many times, I mean, I wouldn't say that she's hardly saying she's Nelson Mandela.
But she's comparing herself to.
No, she's not. She's saying if he was able to forgive certainly I can forgive because I'm not as bad off as Nelson Mandela.
She's saying she's had the same type of atrocity.
Oh, stop it. She didn't say that
She
at all.
didn't say that.
But, I mean, how
crazy
does she
Cabbie.
really expect me to believe she thinks Bill Clinton is faithful to her now that she lives in Washington and he lives in New York?
Well, that's exactly crazy. That's crazy.
Every picture you see of him, he's oogling some chick or he's got his hand on her ass.
So, on her ass.
What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing.
Yeah. A bunch of male lawyers did him in. The guy had it all down. He had the wife. He was able to keep her on the side and just,
He's the ex-president. You don't think he gets tons of tail?
Yeah, he does.
You met him. Doesn't he have power? Like when you walk into a room?
Yeah, I pulled my pants down when I met him. I couldn't believe it.
Even you.
You know what's sad about this, though? He got the ugliest chicks. He was banging Monica Lewinsky, Paula Jones, who had a nose like a toucan.
Well, he didn't actually
What's he
get
doing?
her. He just hit on her.
He hit on her. He didn't even get her.
And that cost him a lot of money.
Wouldn't you think he'd be like with the hottest women in the world?
You would think so.
I mean, as the president, he should have been with someone so hot that Hillary would go, I'd bang her.
Yeah, Pam Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, that hot.
Well, you know what's interesting? She even says that his mother, when he came home with Hillary Clinton and said, I'm marrying her, his mother said, no, I can't believe that. He goes out with beauty queens. So he took a real turn somewhere.
He did
But
her a
he's from
favor.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
So beauty queens in Arkansas, that's like your cousin.
All right, Cabbie.
Hey, getting back real quick, that race thing, my race car feels it when we don't win.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
It really, the race car weeps. The trim spot special, it weeps in the pits.
By the way,
we didn't win.
Cabbie was adopted by his mother, his real parents, by the way, for those of you who missed that.
Yeah, I tried to send you some pictures over the weekend, but for some reason it wouldn't go through.
Yeah, I don't know what's with your program there. There's you're supposed to have like JPEG or bitmap when you send pictures. He's got some sort of like PM something or
I'm
other.
high tech, brother.
Yeah.
I'm
so high tech we can't open your pictures.
I'm in the future.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Hey, don't forget to listen to Kane Show 2 to 6, New York City, baby.
Thank you. Hey, how you working out with the new program director?
You know what? He's a really good guy, man. If you listen to the station, we're moving forward, dude. Lots of new music on. I think things are changing.
You like the direction.
I like the direction, and I don't think Tom C's got as much control as you might think he has.
All I know is
I think Rob Cross has got it going on.
Well, is that his real name?
Yeah, Rob Cross.
You mean Chuck Roast?
No, it's Rob Cross, and you know what? I'm gonna stand up and defend him. Don't go after him. I'll take you down.
Look who's got a new friend.
Who's got a new wait till Rob Cross has to yell at Cabbie for something.
Wait a minute. I think Cabbie's already hit him up for some money.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Something went on.
I'll kneecap you in the hallways. Leave Rob alone.
Chuck Roast.
It's Rob.
Chuck.
It's Rob.
Hamburger.
Yeah, it's just like he's not Crazy Cabbie anymore.
Thank
I'm
you,
just
Cabbie.
Cabbie.
Right. Got it.
I don't need to be crazy.
Later.
All right, man.
Right.
Peace.
Something went on. I'll find out. They hired a new program director, Chuck Roast. Is the guy's name on the air?
Yeah.
Chuck Roast.
Is he going to do an air shift here?
I don't know, but he was in L.A. doing the Chuck Roast show, and I met him. I met him once in the hall when Tom was walking around with him, and it was real funny because it looked like Tom was walking around one of the new interns. He's real young, the kid. I'm pulling
I
for
thought it was
him.
one of his son's friends, because you often see him taking his son and his friends around on tours of the station.
And we thought the new program director was blind because he doesn't look at you when he talks to you. There's some weird thing going on there.
And everybody's saying, you know what, we weren't warned before he came in, and so they make inappropriate statements like, oh, we've hired the blind. I didn't know you were blind.
No, he looked, he looked right at me and said, Benji, you're doing a great job.
Chuck Roast. But he's back there. I'll tell you one thing, the guy doesn't bother me.
Hasn't been out since Tom took him on that tour.
I only had to yell at him once and said he was playing his music too loud in his room and he better turn it down because I'm trying to take a nap in my office.
Well, that's nice to know he's into the music. He's actually listening.
It's like a kid in his bedroom back there.
It's like you're talking to your kid, shut that music down.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, turn down the goddamn music. I know we're a music station. Go listen somewhere else. I got to take a nap.
Wear headphones.
I'm taking a nap.
Chuck, I'm trying to nap.
Now that I think of it, he does look like a guy who would know the kind of music young guys want to listen to.
Yeah. He's definitely in the demo, as they say.
And he's lived their life.
Yeah. Chuck Roast.
I don't think he was the most popular kid in high school.
I'm going to listen to this station. I'd like to hear some new music.
All right.
Yeah. I'm pulling for Chuck Roast. I hope he does well.
Have to. He's on our team now.
I guess he's like really included Cabbie, but as soon as Cabbie does something wrong and Chuck Ross is now going to have to reprimand him, that love affair will be over.
Then he'll be a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
He won't be Rob.
Yeah, Rob. He'll be Chuck Ross. Cabbie always gets fooled. Okay,
Well, it's that honeymoon period you have with Cabbie.
Cabbie's on a honeymoon with Chuck Ross.
Hey, let's go out.
You want to go out?
Let's get a beer.
Quick email, and then I'll do a break. Number one, one person wants us to post on the web that picture Artie keeps talking about where he's in some sort of baseball picture where he thinks he looks hot because he was thin.
Right.
Well, I'm in high school.
Says he told Robin countless times that he would bring it in for her honest opinion while we're waiting for it.
All right.
Yeah, he says he was like a hunk or something.
Well, not a hide say I was a hunk. I said I was thinner.
Backpedal.
I said I was thin. I was playing ball.
A lot of people saw The Eye. They loved that movie, even with the subtitles.
Really?
I hope Tom Cruise does not remake it, they said. And 30% of the people wrote in and said they'd like to see my penis movie, where the guy gets the penis transplant, and then his penis starts doing weird things.
Right.
They like that. A lot of people wrote us, I don't know if you remember this on Friday, KC went to some German guy's private studio.
Yes.
And posed, like, in short shorts.
Spent an hour and a half in his underwear at a guy's apartment.
Man. We received a lot of email about that. Casey is posing for some German guy at his private studio. That is very gay. Casey, come out of the closet already. Here's another one. I can't stop laughing. Casey must know that spending an hour with a guy taking pictures of you while you're alone with him is more likely gay than not. Will there be any gay mag pics in the future? Casey is gay. I would have gone to Scores given the choice, and I'm female. So instead of going to Scores, he went to some dude's apartment and took pictures of himself in short shorts.
Yeah, and no shirt.
Here's a guy who's mad at Artie's girlfriend. I went to check out the picture that you posted on howardstern.com. Dana is a piece of ass. What is she doing with that fat bastard Artie? If he was not on your show, would she still be with him? That's the age-old question.
Well, we think she would.
Well, this guy says, I think not.
Oh, thank you, Robin.
Some people say Sammy Sosa's situation is far from racially motivated. I have two words to say to any minority baseball player who thinks what's going on is suspect. Pete Rose. Well, there you go.
Well, Pete Rose, they're letting back into baseball.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's a guy who says he goes a lot to strip clubs, and he says what his buddy does to get the stink of stripper perfume and everything off of him is he goes to the gas station and splashes gasoline on himself. And he just stinks from gasoline.
So then you can't smell the perfume.
Right. And that's a great idea. A lot of people think Ralph is backpedaling and is guilty of running his mouth to page 6. Here's someone glad that E switched us back to the 11 p.m. hour slot. It says, I was missing both episodes daily because I was forgetting the 10 p.m. slot. You did the right thing. And, well, it wasn't up to me. I finally convinced E, and they were nice enough to put us back to our regular time slot, thank God. Finally, an observation on my hair. You have an Adam's apple the size of a hand grenade. Grow your hair longer. You won't make it through an airport. So this guy says that I look ugly with the shorter hair, and if the hair is longer, it covers my Adam's apple.
Really?
Yes. I know I have a big Adam's apple. I know I'm not handsome. Stop writing me about it. It's upsetting me. It's like I said that to my 10-year-old.
Who obsesses on your Adam's apple?
I said that to my 10-year-old. Your 10-year-olds study you and tell you what they think.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, Daddy, you're growing a beard. It looks horrible. I go, no. I just didn't shave for the weekend because Beth thinks it looks good. Oh, she goes, well, I see some gray in there.
Oh.
And then she's inspecting me, and I said, yeah, well, so what? You keep playing that at the exact wrong moment. Yeah.
Your timing's perfect.
Your timing's perfect. Do you want to play? Go ahead, play it now. All right. Go ahead. So, she goes, oh, and your beard is looking a little gray. I said, well, I don't have a beard, and look at my hair. It's completely dark. She goes, look at your Adam's apple. She goes, look how big it is. I go, listen, are you out of your mind? You know how bad I feel about myself? I need you pointing every little imperfection out?
Yeah, what is this, pick apart dad day?
She goes, well, those two front teeth of yours, are those real or fake? Now, I've been through this with her 100 times.
Goodness.
I said, listen, they're laminates. Oh, yeah, you can see. Look, they look.
Wish you had children.
I go, let me ask you, what didn't I just give you a whole weekend with 5 of your friends?
Didn't I just put up with your crap
Didn't I
for a
cook?
weekend?
I cooked 3 meals. I gave you candy. I bought you an air hockey game. Everything.
Bent over back. I almost killed myself trying to put together a game room.
I said, is there any part of you that feels bad making me feel ugly?
Yeah, my Adam's apple's big. You know what else is big? The pool in the backyard. Go in it.
Yeah. Then she pulled out that laser pointer that we use on chicks. Started critiquing my thighs and ass. All right. Anyway, we got to take a break. We got so much more to get to. I can't even begin to tell you. Was I supposed to do a plug for the Air Guitar Championships?
I don't know.
June 28th at the Roxy in Los Angeles. For more information, go to usairguitar.com.
Did they help us get C Daddy or C Diddy?
C Diddy.
Chink Daddy?
Chink Daddy, yeah, they did. So I meant to give them a plug. Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right, there's so much more to get to, but I've got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
What happens to old football coaches like Tom Landry? They have to Nightmare.
Hey, what's happening? So where were we when we got interrupted?
You just read the email.
Oh, yes. About gay C?
Yes.
We have a new sponsor coming on. These gay guys will take you and I think it's gay guys. So, and they advertise they're gay guys and they'll take you and, like gay guys know how to dress and they know
They're going to do a
fashion.
makeover kind of thing?
Yeah, like if you can't dress, you can hire these 2 guys and they'll shop for you and stuff. So I'm going to take John, Casey, and Artie.
No Benji?
See, I think Benji's a waste of time because he's so fat that, it's sort of how I feel about Artie, but what the hell? I mean, it's like these guys are such a mess. What are you going to do with them?
Well, they're real challenges.
I know, but you know what? I hate makeover shows where the person's so gross that it makes no
doesn't
difference. It's
matter.
like, why bother?
Well, as nice as you're being for that, I think that...
That's why I'm not included too, Artie. Don't worry.
No, listen, I think I'd like to see what these guys do for me.
I do too. So we're going to see. I'm going to see. So, but Casey's like a guy...
You could really do something with.
I figure gay guys can have a field day with him.
Are you going to have him grow out his hair a little bit so in case they want him restyled, he'll have something to style?
They should just put him in a dress.
Then he'll need hair for that.
Imagine you walk in a dress after you get the gay makeover.
Little sundress.
Yeah.
House code.
No, but just saying they know cool clothes that'll look good. They'll give you an honest opinion. They'll say, hey, Artie, don't tuck your shirt in. You know what I mean?
They might go, maybe they won't go, look, we can't help you.
They might.
Maybe.
They've been known to refuse people.
Really?
Yeah.
They go to KC, they're like, I think you'd look good with some balls on your head.
Tom Arnold hosted the David Letterman show Friday night. Letterman's now getting like Johnny. He just I guess he finally woke up and realized he's going to be dead soon.
I was going to talk to you about that because, yes, this is the first time, and it wasn't illness-related.
No, he's just like, you know what, I'm going to take some Fridays off in the summer, and I'm going to have somebody else host the show, which...
Well, they said during some part of the summer, they're not going to use guest hosts. They'll just use reruns, I guess.
Wow.
But he never worked on Fridays anyway. He used to tape his Friday show on Thursday.
Yeah. It's all too much, I guess.
Oh, so that 2 shows in a day was dragging him down?
Yeah, and the industry's saying, hey, at a time when Leno's kicking your ass, now's not the time to be taking time off. But if you got a couple of good guest hosts in there, it might actually revitalize the show. And
Tom Arnold's a good guest host?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but I mean, I like Tom. I have Tom on the show all the time. I think Tom's a good guy. I just didn't. I guess I think I'm the only one who would be any good at it.
Oh, that's
basically
what you're upset about.
Like, who would be more exciting than me guest hosting? But
Well, you would be incredibly exciting, but then the guy would lose his show.
Yeah, and also I'd expect to be paid. I don't want to go on for free.
Right.
Like, I'm like, hey, give me $1 million if you want me to pump up your lame show.
But also, that's going to be a major problem for him when the big wigs are sitting there going, yeah, why are Friday ratings so good?
Well, you know what? That's the point. You need a guy who, hey, I don't want a show of my own. So that's number one. I'd never take over the
So then
Letterman
you're
show.
safe.
You're safe with me because, A, I don't want to do a late night show.
But can he live with you having better ratings than him all the time?
Johnny used to be able to live with that. Joan Rivers had better ratings than Johnny, and that's how she got her own show and stuff. But
He's not Johnny.
But he's got it. You got to learn. Let somebody else get you big ratings. Who cares? As long as you're getting big ratings.
Yeah, why are you working so hard?
Yeah. But I wouldn't do it for free. Like, I don't need to be the star of the Letterman show. Who cares?
Right. Well, Joan had a really good deal. She got good money for it.
Yeah. I wouldn't even do a monologue. I hate monologues. Monologues suck.
You wouldn't do bits?
No. Bits? Maybe I'd do a bit. Like no. You know what? I sit
You
to
just
those.
want to get to the guest.
Let's get to the guest. You know? Let's just get right to it. Let's have some
really
fun.
be different. We're going to get to the guest.
Yeah. I'd sit at, I guess I'd sit at the desk, but I'd cut out the bottom of the desk so you could see my sexy legs.
There you go.
I'd wear a dress.
Make them give you a different set with your legs showing.
You know what I would do? This is a weird I'd interview guests and then I'd just shoot my gun at stuff. Because I have guns.
Right.
I would bring them in. I'd say, like, set up a target thing. Like, let me just shoot at
You know what I think you should do? I think you should
just start shooting.
You should sit on the couch.
Yeah.
And every female guest has to come and sit in your lap for her.
Yeah. Come here. Sit on my lap. We're going to do it differently than Dave does it.
I don't use a desk. I use my lap.
But no monologue. I don't even think I'd have an audience. I'd tell the audience, first of all, they're all going to be disappointed. They came to see Letterman. They're all a bunch of idiots from the Midwest. They write for tickets for 2 years. They'd say, you know what? Send them all home. I don't need an audience. And just let's go.
That would be great if you just shot Biff and Paul Schaefer's like, ah.
Yeah, because Paul Schaefer laughs.
I shot Biff.
I just shot Biff. Like I do, like my first segment would be Ashley Judd could come on and try on bikinis.
Well, there you go.
I bet you the ratings would be through the roof.
I bet you can't get Ashley Judd to do it.
I'd have Jewel come on and just model her new outfits that she has for her new sexy image. And then I'd get like Jewel and Ashley Judd. That'd be it.
That's the guest list.
And then maybe I'd have like Ashton Kutcher on to do like a gay photo shoot. Like with a German photographer.
You get a German?
Yeah. Let me see your ass.
Take down your pants so I can see your legs.
And then if someone refuses to put on the bikini, I shoot them.
Right.
With my gun.
So there'd be a lot of dead women.
Dead women.
All over the stage.
Be guns and hot chicks. Tom Arnold did a monologue.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
I'm actually here to entertain you while you search for your remote control, so just bear with me. Big weekend coming up, Belmont Stakes. You guys follow horse racing? You know, you have a Triple Crown winner. Excited about Funny Side? Anybody? You know, I was thinking about this. I haven't seen a gelding run that fast since my divorce from Roseanne. I mean, for those of you young people that don't know who Roseanne is, let me tell you a little bit about it. She was a struggling, drug-addicted comic until I put her on my hit sitcom. Remember that? And then she did this movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then I don't know what happened. Honestly, I wish the best for all my ex-wives. You know, it's good karma. Plus, if things go bad for them, they might want some of the money they gave you back. You know, so... I've been married 3 times. You know what Larry King calls me? A wussy, for God's sake.
There you go. Tom Arnold.
Yay!
No monologue from me. I don't want to sit there and entertain a bunch of Midwestern, farmers who came to New York for the weekend to watch Letterman. Imagine you come to New York and big event is going on the Letterman show.
Hey, in Arkansas, I guess that sounds like a really good job.
You know that show we watch on TV? We're going to sit there and watch them do it live. Oh, really? Well, why don't you just watch it on TV?
Oh, so this is where they shoot it.
If I had to have an audience, I'd just hire a bunch of black guys to come in and mug the audience. Scare the hell out of them. All right, now you're going to see some real blacks.
Yeah, we're going to need your wallet.
Hey, you ain't David Letterman. Who are you?
Who's this colored fella?
That's Howard Stern.
We want you to have a real New York experience.
Look at that big sumbitch up there.
Look at that big, hairy, big nose.
What the hell is
big
that?
nose, big Adam Apple.
Look at that hair. Does he think he's a girl?
It's Tiny Tim.
Look
He's
at that.
back.
Look at that.
Through the tulips. Stern, what kind of name is that?
Yeah, you might have to carry a gun because the audience will be shooting.
Shoot the audience. The audience will be shooting at me. I'll be shooting at the audience. I feel like an action movie.
Stern? What you talking about?
Paul, Biff, let's duck behind the desk.
The black guys are mugging the audience.
Have a bunch of crack addicts light up for the audience. Today we're going to talk about smoking crack. So that's that. My first guest smokes crack.
Look at that fella smoking that crack.
We never saw that before.
Never seen that in St. Louis.
That boy's a weird host.
That show's stupid.
Look at that angular face.
He brought us in here to watch a guy smoke crack.
When's the gay makeover?
Where's Harvey Fierstein to sing?
Where's that faggot with the deep voice?
Playboy sent over in advance, like, 2 pictures of Carney Wilson in Playboy, the chick who was fat from Wilson Phillips, and then she got her stomach stapled, and now she's in Playboy, and she's still fat.
Let me see.
And she's wearing big body harness, like you can't see her belly or anything.
Like that halter kind of thing.
She just shows
where
off.
they corset her up.
She just shows off her enormous boobs.
Oh.
And, you know, that's all airbrush.
Yeah, but that's still better than she was.
No, yeah. I mean, you could look at her. I thought her face would be a lot prettier when she lost weight.
See, you got fooled.
I did. I was just saying, there's a fat chick. If she lost weight, she'd be hot. I was wrong.
You know you're hurting her feelings.
I don't care. She's putting herself out there to be evaluated. Besides, and she's got chubby feet still, and her toenails. I don't know if she got a French manicure on her toenails, but that's gross.
I hate French manicures on the feet.
Oh my God.
They're bad enough on the hand.
And her toenails are too long. Why do chicks grow their toenails long?
That's the only way to get a French manicure.
Oh, it's so gross. I know she had her stomach stapled and she's all proud of it, but they should really staple the magazine shut. It's Playboy. And you know what? Show us your grotesque belly. Let us see it. Don't hide it. It's Playboy. We want to see you naked.
Yeah, the whole idea was to see her now.
She's in garters and a big giant girdle.
It's a corset kind of thing.
Yeah. It's not sexy.
Cinching in the middle.
But it is a good freak show, I guess.
You know what? When there's a picture of Christina Aguilera in a corset.
She's fat now, too.
In the paper today. She's got to hide the belly.
Yeah, she's got a big-ass belly now. What happened to that chick?
I'll tell you what, though. That picture, I'm digging it.
Yeah, she looks good, but, you know, a few years ago, she wouldn't have had anything on the middle.
Yeah, she's got a couple of pounds on there.
She's getting a little soft.
And you wonder how with all that dancing.
I want Carney Wilson. She's coming in here later this week. She's got to come in here in a bikini. Let me see what it's really doing. Right?
All right.
You don't have to look.
Well, she's going to protest. I just know there's going to be a big fight.
Do I have to look?
You'll look.
Artie, you're not going to stand when Carney Wilson comes.
Artie, you've banged plenty of chicks that size.
He wants to pretend now that he has.
Yeah. Have you banged a chick that big? Have you banged a big fat chick?
I don't know, big fat.
You know, like Carney.
Yeah, Carney pre-Staples.
No, not that fat.
I've banged a couple of
really fat chicks.
Not really fat. I'd say, chunky.
Like Carney.
Maybe Carney now, not before.
Yeah, now, I mean.
Yeah, now, yeah.
You haven't
in that ballpark
done anything worse than that.
Do you like that, or do you just get really?
No, it was like
really super horny.
It was at the Jersey Shore, and it was like sort of a drunken. Started at happy hour, and
it wasn't like a dating thing. You never dated anybody.
Well, she was the kind of chick she could only dance to Pink Floyd because it moves slow.
Yeah,
like we danced to like Comfortably Numb for 2 hours, and stuff went on. And next morning you wake up and
you want to kill yourself. What'd you do? Did you get behind her?
You go
Did
broke?
you see a big fat ass?
No. There's no behind.
What, a chick on top?
Yeah, I was on.
Oh, my.
There's no behind.
It must
Because
have
our
looked-
ass has to be enormous.
It wasn't, you know. I mean, the two of us together, we didn't look like Pitt and Aniston going at it.
Right.
And, you know.
You know your angles and what your best...
You know what's funny
Did
about
you leave
that?
your shirt on? And did she leave her shirt on?
Everybody left all their clothes on.
Everyone was fully dressed. They cut a little hole out their pants.
I remember at least having a pair of socks on.
Really?
You know
Why do you wear socks when you have sex?
I mean, not all the
Where
time.
were you?
This wasn't all the time. This was in a shore house.
Yeah.
The thing is that the funny thing about that encounter was the next morning we woke up at about 11. We went to like an all-you-can-eat buffet.
Oh.
That's
She
a
was
good
the
thing.
girl for you.
You could fill your plate up.
And
it
did
was
she
like,
eat like a longshoreman, or did she?
She ate very well.
She kept up with you?
Well, I don't know about that, but but it was like
Like she didn't
baked.
try to be demure at all?
No, that was the thing because we both had bedhead. We didn't shower, and and because it wasn't my. I hate those shore houses. I skeeve them with the sand all over the place.
Yeah.
And it was hot, and we went to this buffet on the way back.
The beach is not for you.
No, it's not. I'm not a beach guy. I never have been. And you just load bacon on and pancakes, and it was
great.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
So it was a great night.
It was. I mean, look, you're young.
Were you embarrassed to be with her in the
No.
all-you-can-eat place?
I mean, I think she was embarrassed to be with me.
Right. It was a toss-up who was more embarrassed.
We were trying to out-embarrass each other. Yeah, she wasn't bragging to her friends about me. Put it that way.
Everybody was slumming.
Right.
John told me when you do Dana, you wear a cape and a mask,
Oh, God.
like a superhero.
What? Cape and a man?
Yeah, like you would cover up completely.
No. What is he talking about?
Or is this a bit of your role playing?
No. Yeah, right. We do.
I'm Daredevil.
Yeah. Yeah, I play the Green Hornet.
I'm Green Hornet. Well, hey,
You gotta. I mean, look.
nobody here's a beauty.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta play the cards you were dealt.
I'm the
you
Green Goblin, Dana.
Let me gobble you up.
Want to do some news?
Well, did you hear about the story? Because I keep expecting you to bring it up. We're always talking about, like, we had that videotape on the internet, I guess it was, where the woman was beating up the guy.
Yep.
Well, we had a murder like that
Yeah.
here in New York.
A woman beat her husband up with her shoe.
Ex-boyfriend.
Oh.
I guess he had dumped her for some reason or other. And they said he had dumped a lot of women. He was like, I guess, a player of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
And outside of this barbecue joint, of all places, she caught up with him.
Was it black people?
It sounds like.
Yeah, barbecue.
Yeah. And she...
That's where I like to
jumped
kill
on him.
my lovers.
And she took her size 12 shoe, her high heel,
Size 12. Oh,
and started beating him.
that's a big woman.
And he died. But
Oh,
they're
my.
not sure if it was the shoe or the chest compression because she weighed like 220 pounds
Oh.
and was 5'8".
Oh, my God. What an animal.
So, and this guy had an order of protection against her.
Oh,
It
my
was
God. You know how embarrassing that is to a man to have an order of protection against a woman? Oy vey.
yeah, it was a nightmare all the way around.
220 pounds with a size 12 shoe. She beat him with her shoe.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I feel bad.
watch out for the big women. Don't do them wrong. Might come back to haunt you.
Now, why do you think I bought that chick the buffet?
Artie was treating her right.
Right.
He was doing the right thing.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we had one of those here in New York, and I said, well, there's no video of that at least. But sounds like it was frightening. There also was a nationwide Amber Alert over the weekend for a young girl, a 9-year-old girl who was kidnapped. But she showed up. Just, I guess showed up in a store, told the people she had been kidnapped, and then a few phone calls were made, and she was brought back to her family. They still haven't found the person who kidnapped her, but they think they have him on videotape.
Wow.
Because wherever they grabbed her from, there was a video camera. So they're looking into that and trying to figure out exactly what went on. And, let's hope the little girl wasn't hurt in the 2 days she was missing. But she is back at home now.
I didn't give out any Dr. Phil mugs I just haven't figured out when to give them away and for what reason.
It sounds like you want there to be some kind of a surprise element.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yes, I do. You're right. Oh, here's news I bet you don't have.
What?
Press release. Yaki, the guy who tickles women on the web.
There's a Yaki press release?
Yeah. The Houston-based tickling icon cites critical health issues and an irretrievable contempt for the tickling community for reasons for retiring. He's leaving the internet.
What?
Yaki'sWorld.com has been visited by millions of people worldwide who follow Yaki's exploration of tickling. Yaki's appeared on Dick Clark's The Other Half, Howard Stern, MTV, Red FM Ireland. Yaki has been suffering from sarcoidosis, a chronic multi-system disorder of unknown cause.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it.
Sarcoidosis?
Sarcoidosis, yeah.
This last year, he has seen surgery and chemotherapy treatments. Yaki also stated that his contempt for the internet tickling community played a key role in his decision. To me, tickling has always been about innocence. I am appalled to see the internet community reshaping it into something indistinguishable from pornography.
Who hasn't held a small child and wanted to elicit laughter?
First time people who have an interest in tickling are able to go on the net, type in tickling into a search engine, and all of a sudden find out that there are 10, 15, 20, 30 different sites about tickling.
No more Yaki, huh?
They all love Howard Stern in his tickle chair and then violently condemn him when he fails to elicit laughter.
Tickling is one of the first things we encounter in life. I mean, who hasn't held a baby or a small child and not had the urge to tickle?
I wish Howard Stern would stop tickling celebrities. What is that about? He doesn't like that. He says that some record everything on television hoping for a glimpse of tickling. Some compile copious notes on every ticklish celebrity. Some proclaim VCR alert, possible Pamela Anderson foot tickle, as though they were announcing the second coming of Christ. Some folks make celebrity tickling fakes or penned endless tales of Britney Spears kidnapped and tickle torture. These people will stop at nothing to get their free mainstream tickling masturbatory materials. I wish Howard would punish these people, these masturbators, and stop tickling celebrities.
Oh, so you contribute.
I think so.
Because you tickle celebrities and then they get it for their masturbatory material.
I refuse to generate any more free mainstream tickling masturbatory material. I know my fans will be disappointed with my departure. I'd like to thank all of those who have supported my work and efforts over the years. What I did, I ultimately did for you. I have tried to publicly show that tickling in its purest form is not some freaky thing that one needs to hide. It's acceptable. People have to accept it. People think it's cool, and I have proven this to my complete satisfaction. Hey, you ought to get Yaki on the phone for one last interview.
Yeah, he should say goodbye on the air at the very least.
Yeah, because I want him to explain to me this tickling controversy. The final tickle.
I'm shocked that he's disappointed.
With the tickle community?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Well, they're a community that they'll disappoint you.
Eventually.
You know, I mean, don't be fooled by their lies.
Wow. Well, somebody else that won't stop talking is this Eric Robert Rudolph, the guy who was accused of the bombing of the Olympic Village, who the FBI had been looking for 5 years, and they finally found going through a dumpster looking for food. He must have been lonely out there because he won't stop talking to the guards. He doesn't talk about the crimes he's been accused of, but he tells them everything about how he survived in the woods for 5 years, and he says that he got so horny out there that the bears started to look good.
Oy. Now that's wrong. Sean says he has sarcoidosis. He can tell us what it is.
All right.
Yes, Sean.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, now.
How you doing? Yeah, the sarcoidosis is bad. Oops, excuse me.
Oops. That must be the sarcoidosis kicking in.
I think that's what it does.
Right. No, it's like you said, it's a systemic disease, and it can go pretty much anywhere that it wants to go.
Yeah, it's one of those autoimmune things where your body turns on itself.
Exactly.
How do you get it?
They don't really know. Both of my parents have it, but they say it's not genetic or hereditary. So I don't know. Maybe environmental. But
Can you get it from tickling?
yeah, I think tickling. I think I went to Yaki's site one too many times.
All
That
right.
got me. But yeah, it affected my eyes, my vision, my aches and pains in my joints, and it's really ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. I was wondering about the cayenne pepper honey concoction that Robin did. Maybe that would help me out a little.
Yeah, do it. What's that called again? Someone sent me
The Master Cleanser.
the Master Cleanser. I don't know where you got to get that. You gotta look it up on the internet. Master Cleanser.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out because it sounds sort of like what she was talking, like inflammatory. Like everything is inflamed from all your nodes, your lymph nodes, and everything.
Yeah. Hey, you want some money? Are you desperate for money?
Actually, I am, but I wasn't calling specifically for that. But yeah.
All right, I got $500 for you. Curtis.
Jesus, thanks.
You see, what would have been a real surprise for him would have been a Dr. Phil mug.
Yeah, can I get a Dr. Phil's mug too?
No, Dr. Phil mug for you.
Okay.
I'm not going to waste it on some guy who might be dead in a few weeks. You won $500 cash courtesy of Artisan Home Entertainment and the new Terminator 2 Extreme DVD featuring a brand new high-definition digital transfer with the best picture and sound ever. Available everywhere June 3rd. You also qualify to win a day in the pits with the crew of the T2 Extreme DVD NHRA car, although somehow I think you don't want to even bother with that because you're so sick. But here's your $500.
Great. Thanks a lot.
All right, buddy. Hold on.
All right, thanks.
Feel bad for the dude. It's the last $500 I had, so.
Yeah. Well, he could probably use it.
Yeah, maybe I should have given him a Phil mug, but look at this crap they sell. It's just like one of those crappy mugs that you would buy.
It's a mug, and they plastered his face on it.
It's vile.
Nothing special about it at all.
I'll give away some of those tomorrow. Anyway, what else is in the news, Robin?
Well, as I was saying, that they should call the Tony Awards the Gay Awards.
I do.
Basically, if you put on a gay production, you will win awards.
Right.
The best play was also a gay production. It's called, I forget what the name of it is, but it's about some gay baseball players.
Right.
So
Take Me Out.
Take Me Out, that's what it's called, yes. So that one for best play, and then, of course, Hairspray with Harvey Fierstein took 8 Tony Awards. So you just, you can't get away from Hairspray.
Oh, I can get away from it. I've managed to get away from
I
it.
can't believe you haven't seen it.
I'm the only one who managed not to see that. Try to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Hello, Howard. This is Daddy. I told you not to be stupid, you moron.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Rock Radio 92.3 K-Rock.
Hello, this is Perry Farrell.
It's a sold-out show this Wednesday. Jane's Addiction.
And K-Rock has your tickets.
Hey now, baby. Yeah. E-show tonight, shaved or unshaved game. Check out these chicks. Try to guess whether they're shaved, neatly trimmed, or sporting full bush. That's tonight, Power Hour, back tonight, 11 o'clock on E. Check it. Check it out. Yeah, dude. Oh, I hate this song. What is this? Annoying. Who is that?
Medium 21.
Oh, get him out of here. I'm not laughing. I'm not laughing. Yeah, that's better. Beautiful.
All right, we got it?
John's creating a masterpiece. Inviting all his friends in.
I'm going to ring his neck.
FCC. That doesn't sound so bad to me. I've heard worse.
Let's hear you without any music.
Somebody's trying to get rid of me. Somebody gonna get the FCC. How's that?
About as good as me.
Oh, I don't think I'm as good as you. All right, Robin, you were doing the news when we last
we were
left.
talking about the Tonys. Here's some of the winners. Janet Winokur is the girl who has the lead in Hairspray, and she talked about how good it felt that her size became an asset. E1.
Is that the fat chick?
Yeah.
Oh. The one that don't think it's E1.
Oh, boy.
Hold on. I got it. I found it. It's F1. All right, here we go.
I think that the real woman is the real woman, so I think that it's great that we're kind of embracing that now, and I am very happy. I've always been a little around.
Another fat chick proud to be fat. Great.
And encouraging Eric, come over to my side.
It's something you can do something about.
So I'm really happy that it's kind of being accepted now.
I watched the Tonys for 10 minutes. What a horror scene that Hairspray looks like. Harvey Fierstein singing.
See, that's your version of hell, to be trapped in a production of Hairspray.
Dressed up like a big fat woman, but it's a guy, and everyone's dancing and singing horrible songs. I'll give you an overview because we have some of this. This is the music that you have to sit and listen to.
Upon a time when I was just a kid, you never let me do just what the older kids did.
It almost seems like people pretending. Insufferable. And they gave a Tony Award to these
the
two
guys who wrote it.
These two dudes who started making out with each other. Two old queens started making out with each other on the Tony Awards. You know, and it was just horrible. And then listen to these lyrics, and it's ridiculous.
Who's voting for these awards?
I don't know. I guess other weird people.
I mean, the song's called "I'm a Big Girl Now," and two guys wrote it.
It's just, but it's so horrible.
B4.
Fads keep fading, Astros invading, but will be your timeless to me.
He's the best actor.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show.
They just say anything, and it sounds like a song.
When you are down, not feeling well, what the hell? You know what I mean? Yeah, you do. Who wouldn't? But I'm sick and tired of the way things have to be. Oh, no. No.
They're singing, they're carrying on.
Yeah, you rhyme too much. They don't even care about that.
They don't even,
Castro's invading. Edges are higher, mine feels like barbed wire, but you say I'm chic as can be.
I'm better than him.
You're like a rare vintage ripple, a vintage they'll never forget.
Oh.
Meet me in St. Louis, pour me drambuie, and I'll take off my tie. So pour me a teeny weeny triple, and we can toast the fact we ain't dead yet.
Ooh, we can pour me a teeny weeny triple,
and we can toast the fact that we ain't dead yet.
So life goes on, and I don't care if you know it. Come on, show it. You're my success. They always said I'd never make it, but I knew I would. Such a dope. I don't think there's hope. Take a rope and hang yourself, dear. Let's hear it for rainbows, daffodils, bunny rabbits. Oh, shut up.
And here's Harvey backstage. F2, I guess.
Here's Harvey backstage.
Yeah. Listen, it's Castro invading. Oh dear.
Now, what did he really say?
Which one?
F2.
Oh, F2.
Our audience is obviously right to us on Our audience is obviously right to us on a daily basis. You know, when you do something like this, you hear from plus-size ladies all the time saying, I never thought I'd see somebody on stage in a lead role who's Zoftic. And so it's wonderful.
You're not a lady.
It's a man.
Yeah.
They don't have a Zoftic lady in that
Oh,
role.
my goodness.
You're a fat guy.
Fat. That's what I'm at.
All right, I don't want to sing anymore. It kills my throat.
It's not even a comedy bit. That's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
What you're doing is exactly what they do.
Absolutely. It sounds just like a number of shows on Broadway.
What do gay guys get together?
Let's write a show. Fat. Fat, 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 fat. That's where I'm at. Castro's invading. I'm not mating, so what do I do? You do what you do because you know. Tick, 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 tick. That's I'll go sing it. Yeah.
The window. The window. What does it mean? I don't care if you know the real me.
Yeah, come on. You make me happy, not sad.
Hell out of here with this.
There is some good music on Broadway. It was written by Billy Joel and not for a show. And he won a Tony for it.
Well, good.
F3.
Thank God.
I like Twyla's vision because this was about dance. She had a cohesive vision about what this show should be.
No, who cares?
Bottle of red, a bottle of white.
They should put Harvey Fierstein in there.
It would have been a bigger show.
What else does Billy say?
And Billy does say, because this is done so well, he probably is thinking of really tackling a Broadway musical.
I think the next project that I'd like to try would be based on a book idea that I have, and I would write songs based on the characters and the situations in this book idea. It's still
You know what the problem with that Billy Joel play is? There's no guys in dresses.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vinny, what do you want? Oh, Vinny, go ahead.
I sent you the lyrics to Hairspray. It's in your email right now.
Oh.
The song you were singing. And I was there last night. I got to tell you, it was pretty incredible.
Pretty gay?
No, it was great.
Oh,
yeah, it was on CBS, Howard. So it was great.
Okay, Vinny.
That aside, guys, that aside, I go to a lot of shows. Hairspray is probably the best show in the last 10 years.
Well, that ain't saying much then.
I'm not kidding. It's another Bye-Bye Birdie.
Oh, my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Hello, Dolly and Vinny Favale.
Bye-bye, Vinny.
Yes, Freddie.
So go changing. Hi, everybody, to try and please me. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I should have. Maybe I...
And Jane Krakowski was one of the few women who won something.
Clearly, it changed my life, and I probably would not have gotten this part without that. But there is nothing like the live theater. Getting that response back immediately from the audience, I just love it.
I got to go do a play. It's so easy.
You find out that they think you suck immediately.
I would take over Harvey Fierstein's role in that movie.
You're not big enough.
that show. No, they give me a fat suit. But I could do it.
You've done it here this morning.
Life. Come on, what does it all mean? I mean, let's get going. Up and at 'em. I can't believe that I'm here.
I see what your drawback is going to be, learning the lyrics.
Yeah, but who cares? I wouldn't even bother.
Just make them up.
Nobody cares.
A pickle chugger. Yeah. My goodness. I hear Mother in the background. Yes, Mother. What? I don't care anymore, my dear, because you're in my face. I can't take it now. Let's go. Shut up.
Good.
Oh, my God.
Come on, girls. Let's get them.
They did a survey, and they discovered that 25% of the most expensive homes in the U.S.
Yes.
are in Connecticut.
Of course. Of course. They have all the money.
That's right.
Connecticut has all the money.
Yep.
Stamford's 35,000 rich households are 3 times more likely to use gray Poupon mustard than the average American. They prefer Samuel Adams beer and are twice as likely to drive Jaguars, Volvos, and BMWs.
And they don't like Jews.
The U.S. upper crust make up 22 million American households, or 2% of the population. 84% are married. The average age is 53, and almost half the households still have kids living at home. Why not? 11% of the American upper crust run their own business. Education is directly a link to your level of wealth. 45% have graduate degrees, and 81% finished college.
Oh, yeah, that BU degree really helped me.
The rich favor TV shows like HBO's 6 Feet Under and ABC's The Practice.
Really?
Yeah. And they are not a diverse group. 90% are white.
What'd I tell you? All right, we got to take a break. And then when we come back, we'll finish up the news.
Okay. You got kind of a nice smile yourself.
Howard Stern. The Howard Stern Show.
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, man. I actually know someone who's really good looking that Clinton banged. She was telling me one time about all the stuff he did to try to hide it. It was really wild.
Okay. What do you say?
He knows somebody who's really good looking that Clinton banged.
So he doesn't just bang ugly chicks.
Nah, Elizabeth Grayson.
Who's that?
Oh, man, she's real hot. She used to be in Highlander, the TV
Wasn't
show.
she like a beauty queen?
Yeah, she was.
You don't know that she banged him.
Well, she has said it.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
She had.
When did she bang him?
When she was a beauty queen, I think.
Yeah, when she was a beauty queen.
Oh.
And she was like, I'm not like one of those little Highlander nerds, and she was telling all about how he had to keep it all secret, and that if Hillary found out, that she'd have his balls and all kinds of stuff.
Wow.
It was really interesting.
Yeah, I got to figure he's got a couple of hotties tucked away.
According to Hillary, he never did any of that stuff.
All right, well.
He says no.
I stopped doing that. What else is in the news,
I
Robin?
promise not to do it again. I am sick of reading about all the infections that are jumping from animals to humans now.
Yeah, I'm really bummed out about all
We got to
that.
cut this out.
I gotta stop having sex with animals. How are these animal viruses getting into humans? Is it sex?
Know. Now they're saying that 3 states are battling monkeypox outbreaks.
Wow.
It's a virus similar to smallpox, and it apparently jumped from the imported African rat to the prairie dog to people.
Why are we allowing these things in here? The African rat. Why is
I
that?
don't know why we're importing the African. Don't we have enough rats?
Why would you import a rat?
The domestic rat is enough.
Oh, that's horrible.
So, yeah, they say it was in monkeys and mice, and now we have it. And it's in 3 different states here in the U.S. It's not usually fatal, but, very uncomfortable. Causes rashes and fevers and chills. So doctors feared that they might be facing smallpox because it looks like that, but it's not. It's monkeypox.
Wow.
The Sopranos could be back for more than one more season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, David Chase started working on the new shows, and he says, he had an arc that he had designed that was supposed to wrap up in the 5th season, but he's now seeing that there's so much more there. He might have at least 6 more episodes in him, including the 13 for the 5th season. So he and HBO are probably going to be talking about an extension of some sort.
Great.
So, of course, we're all happy to hear that.
But they say the next Sopranos won't air till next year.
Well, that's part of the reason why. He's got to push it back, maybe till February or something.
These people who bring in these exotic animals, I really have a problem with them. I mean, there are some animals that live here, they're indigenous to the area, whatever. Fine. I mean, but I see like people have giraffes now. They want to have wolves.
Llamas, everything. You got it all in the backyard.
Yeah, it's horrible. But I don't know what it is.
Everybody's got to have a zoo.
Yeah, their own personal zoo.
You don't know what you're doing.
I understand a dog. I understand a cat. Those are things that have been proven over years that they can live with us. But
horses, that's okay.
Yeah, but what is it to have a rat from Africa? You got to be insane to import that here. What would your reasoning be for having a rat? I mean, my God, it can only lead to trouble.
And apparently it has.
I'm sorry, Artie.
What will we do?
Yeah, I'll have to get rid of my
Your
llama.
rat.
Yes, Bill. Oh.
Hey, Howard Stern.
Hey, what's up?
You should do that Harvey Fierstein.
Dude, who are you conferencing us in with?
I'm trying to call your show again. Hold on. Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should try and do the Harvey Fierstein Hairspray remake for your E-show. And then kiss Artie Lang.
All right, let me get this straight what you're saying, 'cause I think you got a good idea. You want me to dress up as Harvey Fierstein and kiss Artie?
Well, have Artie play the other fag.
You must be a fag if you want me to dress up as a woman and kiss Artie.
Listen. Vinny Favale is the biggest fag of all.
All right, thank you. This is ridiculous. The guy was dialing 2 phones to tell us that.
Have Artie play the other fag.
That was very important.
You know, apparently there's 2 fags. You have Artie play that other fag.
I'm glad he had all that technology so he could tell us that.
Have Artie play the other one.
Yeah, there are 2 fags. Artie's one fag, you're another fag, and then you kiss. From there, I don't know.
You know, I guess the Puerto Rican Day Parade was pulled off without any mishaps.
Oh, no, I was up in Harlem yesterday, and let me tell you something. The cops were all... You had to see what was going on up there. The whole streets were blocked off.
Oh, you're kidding.
I figured I'd sneak back into Manhattan.
There's no
through
sneaking.
Harlem. Oh, my God. About 4 streets closed off. Cop cars all over the place. People with giant... I was explaining to my girlfriend. She goes, what are those people wearing on their heads?
Yeah, what is that?
I said, that's the Puerto Rican flag wrapped into some sort of hat apparatus.
Oh, dear.
What?
I was on Long Island yesterday, nowhere near the city.
Yeah.
There were tons of cars with the flags on it. If you take a flag and you drape it against the back of your window, how do you possibly see out?
I know, isn't that a hazard?
It is, and nobody stops anybody.
No, let them go. You know,
You better not be running around with a taillight out, but they can have the complete flag over the window.
and isn't it illegal to put 87 people in a car for 6 and they get to hold the flag out the window while they're doing 90 miles an hour?
People are out the windows. They're screaming. They're crazy.
It's all takes place in a car.
The whole parade.
Well, because if you don't put the flag across your back window, then what you do is you somehow nail it or tape it to the hood. That's the other
Yeah,
thing you do.
somehow it's flapping
A lot of proud people.
from Puerto Rico.
Very proud to be Puerto Rican.
They're all here.
You know, the parade was carried live on Channel 4 yesterday. Did you
I
catch
know.
any of it?
Yeah, I didn't.
I didn't watch, but I do understand now. It's a national Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Yeah.
It's the one for everybody.
Some tells me the one in Pittsburgh wasn't as big.
Because we have ours here.
Yes.
So I thought we just decided to stay out of the city. We were thinking of doing something. We said, whoa, it's the Puerto Rican Day
Right.
Parade. We stayed away.
I was like so tired coming in from Long Island. I had dinner with the kids, and I said, oh, no, I know I'm going to hit something with this Puerto Rican Day Parade. And sure enough, traffic galore.
Yeah. I told you don't think about getting home quickly or easily.
You don't mind me asking, how much was your air hockey game?
How much do you have in your wallet?
Yeah.
What is he doing? He's bothering you about the prices?
Everything with this guy is prices. Go price it. Go look on the internet for air hockey games.
How much is your
Excuse me.
apartment?
How much is your apartment?
You know what he wants. He wants you to hook him up.
I don't know what he wants, but he's always asking me prices.
How much is your?
He's an embarrassment.
You can't find that out on your own? How much is your shirt?
How much? When you buy glasses, do you get?
Yeah, I mean, the questions every minute.
Jeez.
I got to get one of those.
How much?
How much?
How much does your trainer charge?
I was like, yeah, I do mind. I don't really want to discuss with you what I pay.
I know, because it's always if you don't mind how much.
You don't mind.
If you don't mind me ask.
Well, we do.
How much was?
I never asked him what one thing costs.
What percentage of the country do you think takes Viagra, men?
If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking.
How much does Viagra cost?
I can't imagine. I mean, do you mean recreationally or just the guys who really need it because they can't get it up?
They've at least taken it.
A lot of guys are banging some ugly women. So I got to factor that in. Like some guys who are like married, they got the girlfriend on the side who's hot, but they got to get it up for the wife. I'm going to say 40% of the men in America.
Wow.
What, am I off?
Yes, way off.
What is it?
I hope you're off.
Things aren't as bad as you paint them, Howard.
How bad is it?
11%.
That's a lot to me.
Which I thought was high, but you have it up around 40 in your mind.
I've never taken Viagra. I just want to say that.
You know, there are young kids now who take it when they go out.
That's what I mean.
Just to go out, but like 21-year-old guys do it.
That's dangerous.
It's weird.
You think that'll cripple them in the future?
But they sit around all excited and just talk to each other.
My equipment works pretty good, so I figure, like, I'm not going to mess with it and, like, start, doing weird stuff. It's silly.
Well, let me ask you another thing, because there's a baseball player who actually endorses Viagra, a currently playing baseball player.
Right.
Who endorses Viagra and says, I take it in the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Would you ever do that?
Never. Would never admit that.
Well, he's a great player, Robin.
Is he?
He is a great. Can I say his name?
Sure.
Yeah.
He says it.
I believe I'm positive it's Rafael Palmeiro.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's 500 home run guy.
He just hit 500 home runs, and he's really upset now because when he plays at the park, the organist was playing Pop Goes the Weasel and stuff, and he was getting mad at him.
What did he
He was the
expect?
one who came out and said it.
Yeah, everyone's mocking him.
Jeez.
Well, you don't want to think of a manly baseball player needing it.
Well, that's what I thought, but he's very proud to tell you in the commercial that he takes it. He's encouraging you to take it too. At the box office this weekend, Too Fast, Too Furious, #1, knocking off Finding Nemo in its second week. Too Fast, Too Furious made $52 million at the box office.
Well, the first one was so great, I guess they...
Yeah, all those people had to come back for more. Paul Walker is reprising his role in the sequel. And here's what he had to say on if he and co-star Tyrese tore up the town at night in Miami when they were filming A1.
No, they went to bed early because their dialogue coach wanted to make sure they had it all right.
I'm not really a nightlife guy. Like, I'm more of a chill guy, I guess. But when you're in Miami, you got to take advantage of it. And so, we went out. We went out a bit, mixed it
I
up.
hope it didn't affect the quality of the movie.
Don't screw it up and act good tomorrow.
And here he explains several reasons why he decided to do the sequel, A2.
I get bored real easy. And to be honest with
no one else is looking for
with
it.
you, coming back and doing the sequel initially, I was a bit ambivalent about it. The studio had an option on me, and I was like, I want to mix it up. I want to go do something else. The only real reason I kept on, and I guess was really into it, was I knew there was a desire of the fans, to see a sequel. And so, that made it happen. But then getting into it.
He did it for the fans. What a great guy.
That guy was considering not doing the sequel.
Yeah, because he had other things to do. I think he was taking over the Harvey Fierstein role. You imagine him? Could you imagine that discussion with his agent? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take that role.
Yeah. See, I'd like to mix it up.
Like, you know what? Come here. You are mixed up. I'm going to slam your head into this wall.
The agent's like, all right, you're not going to take the role? Good. I'm going to jump off the Chrysler building.
Bruce Almighty was #3 at the box office and has made already $170 million in 3 weeks.
Big money.
Nora Dunn has a brief role in the movie. Wow. And here's why it's hard working with Jim, according to Nora, A3.
I say it's hard because he's, you kind of tend to step back and watch him and forget. Because he's very funny, and he comes up with, there's just a lot of kind of slapstick stuff that he does that I think is really funny.
No, he's good.
It's hard because he's funny.
It's hard to work with him because he's so funny. And what happens? You laugh during the scene? Or?
Yeah, she sounds like she cracked up.
One time Jim was in a scene and he actually took his navel lint and knitted a sweater, and I couldn't believe it. It was one take.
God, that's funny.
Wow. The Italian Job was #4. It's made $40 million in 2 weeks. That's pretty good.
Not bad.
And The Matrix Reloaded was #4, having pulled in $247 million.
Wow.
Having eclipsed X-Men United.
Unbelievable.
Which has only made $204 million in 6 weeks.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So, wow.
Boy, that impacts me pretty greatly.
Well, I knew you wanted to know. Charlie's Angels will be opening up pretty soon, so everybody's out there on the publicity circuit.
I think that's going to bomb big time. That's my guess.
Well, could you see more pictures of the three of them together?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what. I don't think it's going to do the business they think it is.
I think you're wrong.
Let's see.
All right. Well, here's Cameron to talk about the influence of Charlie's Angels in her young life. A4.
I had an older sister who had long, beautiful blonde hair. And,
between her legs or on her head?
And, so she was already on the playground with her friends playing Charlie's Angels, and she was always Farrah. So, big sister Farrah, like playing.
All right. Wow, what a childhood. Tell me more. Let's go to bed together, and then after we orgasm, you can tell me your whole childhood. Sounds pretty great.
What about your sister's hair?
And here's Lucy Liu on the realistic fight sequences in each film.
We want to make sure that we, show that we're not
Me love you.
using guns, that we're very capable as women, and we can take care of ourselves, and that we also can take, that somebody's going to punch us.
You make me horny.
Me so horny.
Chink Daddy won air guitar contest.
Okay. And one final thing from Harvey Fierstein this morning. B3, Harvey tells us reasons why the audiences like Hairspray.
Everyone loves that music. Then you've got a story about a little chubby girl, who most people can identify with. Most of us feel we were the outsiders in high school, with a little strange family, and most of us can identify with having a little strange family. And she goes out and changes the world. And it's nice to know that can happen.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for this. Just thanks for explaining the scary success of that play.
You stay at home with your little strange family.
Thank you, Robin. And check out E! tonight for Shaved or Unshaved game at 11 o'clock. We got our Power Hour back after some behind-the-scenes shenanigans. Thank God E! has put us on at 11 o'clock. That's 11 o'clock on E! Shaved or Unshaved game, where you decide, is that girl shaved, neatly trimmed, or sporting full bush? I think you'll like it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.